Seriously on balls.
Anyway, so I was busy thinking about that and putting it out on Twitter that, we've got our Cape Town things sorted out. And while I was there, actually on the Twitter, I suddenly saw a tweet from Karen Zoid. And I had in there, she obviously talking about Phil and his snakes, by the way. You talk about his snakes, John. He had snakes just crawling around the house.
That's right.
So when I'd heard, I thought, I hope, some people were going, we hope it's not, he wasn't bitten by. It was not just any snake, puff adders, not puff adders, but I mean, he handled
adders.
He worked at the Transvaal Snake Park for many years, even while he was a DJ.
Yes.
He used to go there, work their weekends. And he loved snakes. So anyway, she remembered the time at Opikopi where he hauled a snake out of a tree that obviously someone had seen, and everyone panicked, and Phil was the one to run to, instead of everyone running away from it, Phil ran to it and hauled this thing out of the tree. So Karen was remembering that, but when I saw the R.I.P. Phil Wright, I went cold. I was actually sitting talking about him over the weekend. And then, no, obviously I didn't want, Karen Zoid, you can imagine, if she said that, I wanted to make sure it was the right Phil Wright. And so, put out a tweet to go, is this Phil Wright that used to work, blah, 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 on radio.
Yeah.
And then one of the people, DJ Shawnee B, actually, tweeted that his brother, I think it's the paramedic, who actually found him, sadly, yesterday in his flat or his home. No one knew up until we heard an hour or so ago that apparently on Sunday he slipped in his bath, and that's unconfirmed, and broke his neck. So that is unconfirmed, though we don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he wasn't ill or anything.
No one knew that. There'd been nothing about him being ill or anything. He just
was he still on radio?
No, he was doing. I don't know if he was doing a radio show anywhere, but I know he was doing. I think maybe on SAFM or one of those, doing a show. And obviously doing the top billing voiceovers every week with Kevin Savage. So, I sort of put out a tweet, and I mean, it's amazing how Twitter sort of also you catch up with all the different people around unfortunate circumstances, but people that used to work with Phil. Capital Radio in the early days, he was one of the original Capital Radio guys. When they started, he was an engineer. He's a guy who switched the transmitter on and off and fix things, and then also produce shows. He went on to become a producer, and eventually his very silky, smooth voice. We started with, we'll greet you, hello, Squire. Yeah. So he kind of picked up those Englishisms, those Britishisms from all the Poms that were working at Capital Radio at the time. But this very, very well-spoken South African accent with always with a smile in his voice. Absolute gentleman, and loved his heavy metal, rock music, and also blues as well. Worked with him for many a year at Capital Radio, and then he went off to 5FM and joined him there in the mid-90s. Johnny, where you were?
Yes.
Worked with him at 5FM for those, I think we left both around about the same time.
Yes.
And, you carried on hearing him, of course, on top billing. And sadly, Phil Wright passed away, we report saying on Sunday. He was found yesterday in his flat. And just a real quiet, unassuming, no hype, no fuss legend of radio. A lot of good followers and people that really respected him. And in case you didn't know Phil or had never heard him, or you had heard him and want to just wander down memory lane, we found this on the old Capital Radio website, which Will's put together a little montage of Phil Wright in action when he was at Capital.
Phil Wright. On Capital 604.
10, the late show on Capital, and very much a case of whatever turns you on, dearie. As Depeche Mode's Let's Play Master and Servant. Well, fair enough, I'll stay here, play the music, you make the coffee.
Phil Wright.
I do presume you saw them on the box a little earlier on this evening. Yes, the right did remember it's now on a Wednesday. That's Huey Lewis in the news, and wasn't that chick in the white swimming costume nice? Oh, if this is it, and it's, as Mervyn John was saying just before that, being in consultation on Capital. Capital Gynae next, that's on Monday the 19th of November. This coming Monday, 10 in the morning, a chance for you to phone up and get the expert to solve any problem you might have.
Phil Right.
It comes from the heart, or the bank, either way, I don't mind as long as it comes in a money bag. That's John Farrow. Before that, the Fiction Factory. You haven't heard of them for a while. It feels like heaven. Well, if your idea of heaven's getting up before the birds, you must be mad, but you have got Oscar Renzi on Capital to keep you company. 5 till 6 each weekday morning, he's your early bird. Lots of great music and a chance for you to catch up on what's happening in the world of sport. 20 past 5, it's the Winston Sports Roundup.
Phil Wright.
The theme from a movie the Wright's been promising himself to see but hasn't, and it's probably off circuit now. Story of my life, but I suppose it'll be out on video pretty soon. As the theme from The Karate Kid, Survivor, and The Moment of Truth. In front of them, Mr. Solitaire from a bunch that call themselves Animal Nightlife. A rather strange name for a band, I hear you say. Well, not half as strange as a box of frogs. They're next.
Phil Wright.
Well, I suppose it's one way of getting up in the world, eh? From a river to a sea, that's Private Lives. A box of frogs in front of that. A band you saw on the box tonight on Pop Shop. And a song called The Edge. Taken off an album called simply Box of Frogs, and maybe a bit more of them a bit later on. 2 minutes past 11 as far as the weather goes. Cloudy and warm tonight and tomorrow just about everywhere. Quite windy in places along the coast. Inland, chance of light rain or thunder showers.
Phil Wright on Capital 604.
This is Balls Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. balls.co.za